The heart-wrenching saga of hostages taken during the devastating October 7, 2023 attack continues to unfold in Gaza, leaving families in Israel grappling with grief and uncertainty. But here's where it gets controversial. As the Red Cross steps in to handle the delicate transfer of a deceased hostage's coffin, tensions flare over whether promises of peace are truly being honored. Let's dive deeper into this emotional update, breaking it down step by step so everyone can follow along. According to Israel's military, the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, a coffin containing the remains of a deceased hostage has been handed over to the Red Cross in the southern part of the Gaza Strip. From there, it's being transported to IDF personnel stationed in the area. In a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, the IDF appealed to the public for compassion, urging everyone to remain sensitive and patient while awaiting official confirmation of identity, which will first be shared with the affected families. The IDF emphasized that Hamas, the militant group controlling Gaza, is obligated under the terms of the recent ceasefire agreement to return all deceased hostages. This development comes on the heels of a prior announcement from Hamas, stating they would deliver the body of an Israeli hostage on Friday. Just this week, Hamas has already handed back the bodies of 9 out of the 28 hostages who tragically lost their lives in Gaza, alongside releasing all 20 living hostages. However, there's been significant outrage in Israel because not all the bodies have been returned as stipulated in last week's ceasefire pact. Though the United States has minimized claims that this constitutes a violation of the deal. In their late Friday posts on X, the IDF didn't specify where the coffin would head next after the Red Cross transfer. Yet, according to reports from the Times of Israel, a modest ceremony conducted by a military rabbi is planned in Gaza, followed by the remains being transported to Tel Aviv for proper identification. Hamas has reiterated its dedication to the ceasefire, expressing eagerness to turn over all remaining corpses. The group has pointed fingers at Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, accusing him of hindering their efforts to locate hostages' remains by blocking the entry of heavy machinery and diggers into Gaza. During a memorial service for victims of the Hamas-led October 7 attack, Netanyahu vowed to be resolute in bringing back the deceased hostages still held in Gaza, pledging that Israel would combat terrorism with unwavering intensity. Under the ceasefire deal brokered by U.S. President Donald Trump, Israel released 250 Palestinian prisoners from its jails and over 1,700 detainees from Gaza. When Hamas admitted difficulties in recovering all bodies, 2 key Trump advisors confirmed that plans to advance to the next phase of the agreement were proceeding. They informed reporters that the U.S. doesn't view Hamas as having breached the deal by failing to retrieve more remains, noting that the group has cooperated in good faith by providing information to mediators. While the complete text of the Israel-Hamas agreement hasn't been publicly released, a version leaked in Israeli media, accessible at https://www.bbc.co/SCKGY, suggests that the deal accounts for the possibility that not all bodies might be immediately recoverable, perhaps due to logistical challenges or the harsh realities of the conflict zone, which could make searching dangerous or impossible without proper equipment. And this is the part most people miss: the broader context behind these events. The IDF's military operation in Gaza was launched in retaliation to the horrific October 7 attack, where Hamas-led militants slaughtered around 1,200 individuals in southern Israel and abducted 251 people as hostages. Since then, Israeli actions in Gaza have resulted in the deaths of at least 67,967 people, based on figures from Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry, which the United Nations considers reliable. This situation is rife with debate. On one hand, Israel's insistence on full compliance highlights a focus on justice and closure for grieving families. On the other, critics might argue that Netanyahu's restrictions on heavy machinery could be seen as an intentional delay, sparking questions about political motivations. What do you think? Does this reflect a genuine commitment to peace, Or is it a strategic maneuver in an ongoing conflict? Is Hamas truly acting in good faith, or are there hidden agendas at play? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear differing perspectives and foster a respectful discussion on this complex issue.